Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam93. As you may remember, Bharata died thinking of the deer. 61. Bharata the deer. Bharata was born again, since his thoughts were fixed on the deer, since with his last breath he was calling out to the deer silently. He was born as a deer. But he was fortunate in one thing. He had the privilege of remembering his previous birth. Overcome with self-pity, he told himself, "What a pitiable state is mine now. I had abandoned all kinds of attachments. I had made the forest my home, and my mind was ever lost in thoughts of the Lord, and in remembering the many stories about him. There was a place in my heart for Narayana, and nothing else could find a place there. My mind was firmly fixed on his lotus feet. And into that calm lake came a disturbing factor, the affection I developed for the deer. So powerful was it that it made me forget everything else, even my Lord Narayan. I had strayed far away from the path I had been following. As a result of that, I had been born as a deer instead of reaching the Brahmi state. Such is the power of affection and attachment to worldly things. I must try and exhaust this birth by associating myself with people whose thoughts dwell on him. My mind will once again become attuned to the higher sphere. By thinking of him, by listening to his praises, by listening to conversations and talks about his glory, I will be rid of this janma, and I will become free of this earthly bondage." In the form of a deer, Bharata traveled towards Shalagrama, which was the spot where rishis congregated. Staying there, living on the grass, growing in the ashram, and drinking the waters of the river flowing there, Bharata spent his life painfully, waiting for death which would relieve him. Finally, he died and was granted freedom from the form of a deer, a mere animal. 62. Jada Bharata. There was a Brahmin belonging to the Angirasa clan. He was a very good man. He had followed the rules of conduct set down for a Brahmin. He had 9 sons by his first wife, and his second wife bore him a son and a daughter. The son of the second wife was none other than Bharata, who had to be born again. Bharata had been the son of Rishabha, an incarnation of Lord Narayana, and so Narayana had himself taught his son all the dharma to be followed by a mumukshu, one who aches for freedom from bondage. Bharata had been initiated into the Atma-vidya, and he had almost achieved it. But then, because of the prarabdha karma, which he had to exhaust, he had to be born as a deer, and after that one more janma was needed to grant him freedom. Relentless is fate, and the path to salvation is not easy. It has been said that yogis are born in the homes of good people, and Bharata was born in the home of a good Brahmin. Because of the disgust he felt with himself as a result of his fall from grace in his previous janma, Bharata did not want to form any new attachments with anyone. And in his family, he was found to hold himself aloof from others. He was a difficult child as far as his father was concerned. The poor man tried his best to initiate his son into the mystery of the Gayatri, the mystic mantra. And though he spent several months in his attempt, he was not able to get any response from his son. Bharata would deliberately mispronounce the words and recite them out of tune. He refused to learn anything, and gradually he managed to produce the impression that he was a deaf mute. People called him a fool, an imbecile, but he was not in the least affected by what people said. Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.